Hi, everyone. So, this month we are focusing on storytelling, and we understand that storytelling doesn't come naturally to everybody. So, we wanted to ask some of our ambassadors what are some key questions they had for our CEO, and we wanted to share those answers with you, our community. So, one of our first questions is from Mawa from Indonesia. And she asks, do you start with you as the individual founder, or do you start with the project and the cause?
Main thing everybody's looking for when you begin a story is something to pull them in. And it depends where you're sharing something. If you're giving a talk in person, you might have techniques of dimming the light, of having people sit in a certain way, of pulling people's attention to a photo. But the whole point is to hook people in, grab their attention, and lead them to a human story. Now, if you, the leader, are the human story, that's phenomenal, and you should find ways to build that in and implement that. Storytelling is about making people curious and having people join you on a mission of curiosity and making them say, I want to learn more. I want to hear more.
Share stories obviously on so many different platforms. What does that look like across all the platforms? Is it exactly the same, for example, on YouTube and TikTok or Instagram and Twitter? How would we differentiate those different platforms and storytelling?
The main ones you've mentioned is you have Instagram that is 30 to 60 seconds. It is quick, it is fast paced, it is emotional, it's meant to pull you in. There's hooks, there's creative artifacts. It's a whole production, in my opinion. And then you have a place like LinkedIn that is about more like inspiration and insight. It's people sharing thought leadership. You're actually saying, this is the thing we built. These are the people that helped us build it. And here's why we believe we can be successful with XYZ thing. Then you think about YouTube, which is a space where it's almost a combination of everything, where you can have shorter content, but you're seeing people do 3 minutes to 10. You're seeing people do longer. You're seeing people posting full entire vlogs of experiencing it. You have X that allows to invite people in really shorter characters, right? To really comment. That's where you engage people to help tell the story too. Because now I'm getting to see other people's perspectives. And so, yes, storytelling is different, but never forget storytelling in person because we always talk about the online, but storytelling in person also takes different shape too and depending on the audience, just as all these other platforms too.
So a lot of our change makers and the people in our community are working with vulnerable populations. And, sometimes they're doing storytelling for themselves and their own journey, but other times they're talking about their community as well. How do you tell a story that is mindful, grounded in authenticity, has empathy, and just stays clear of any sort of patronizing language?
Imagine a world where doctors were making an Instagram reel every single time they helped a patient. We would be like, that's absurd. Nobody really wants to hear you say, I helped so and so people. And under certain circumstances where you say, we helped so and so people, we collectively raised money. You say, I helped so and so. It's very different from saying, this is what I learned while working with these people. When you center their humanity as the focus of the story, you actually end up telling a lot about yourself too, about what you care about. Thinking about the humanity of the people, storytelling is not meant to exploit people. It's meant to excavate the best parts of who they are and their humanity to help people see, oh, there's treasure buried here. There's treasure here that we didn't see before.
Another question that we got from Michelle, who is one of our ambassadors based in Peru in the Belen area. She asked, when storytelling, how do we keep viewers' attention? How do we keep that and how do we make it interesting?
This is an interesting one because I feel like first thing first, avoid exaggerating. We live in a world where people are chasing views and numbers and all these things. Just avoid exaggerating when you're telling a story. There's no need to lie. The truth of the matter is that if you ask people going through something that you have empathy about, their problems are already scary enough to them. There's no need to embellish it. Don't separate yourself from their humanity. Talk about what you learned about them, what you're learning and how it's changing you. One more thing is make sure that you show that you're listening to the people that you're working with. We may not have the same opportunities, but I still value and respect your input because you know you best. I think that everybody is the best expert of themselves. As human beings, you are the best expert of yourself. I'm the best expert of myself. And so it's very important to make sure we're responsible and mindful of what the very vulnerable people like even care about. There's a tool that we built at Peace First that might be even more helpful. So I want to know if you could tell everybody about the storytelling guide that we built.
The Storytelling for Credibility guide is located on our resource page. You'll find a walkthrough of how to understand what story you're going to be telling your viewers and also understanding what story is best to tell your audience as well. There are loads of different worksheets in the guide, so you can work through them, print them out, and you'll be able to produce a story at the end of it to tell your community.